Welcome to FindAnLMS. I'm Craig Weiss, and I'd like to personally thank you for seeing this tutorial, going through it, and starting your search with the newest application on the market for identifying LMSs, all types of learning systems, in fact, doing comparisons, contacting, and engaging, and much more. The system offers a couple of different ways here through the various different steps, or you can go ahead and register and then log in. I recommend that you go ahead and ignore these steps here, which you can do further into the system anyway, and jump right in and sign up. So you're going to sign up. You're going to need, these are all required fields, and you're going to provide all this information. Time zone is very important because in FindAnLMS, you will have a calendar so that when you schedule demos with the various vendors, you pick the time will appear on your calendar in FindAnLMS. You'll go ahead and do that information, and then you'll click register. The system will then send you an email to that email address that you've provided. You open up the email, it will say it came from FindAnLMS. If you don't see it, check your spam folder. You'll go in, open up the email, click the activation link, and now you are set. You're now able to log in to FindAnLMS. So let's assume you already did that and you're ready to log in. Again, you can go through these steps, but I recommend you just go right in here into the sign up and then log right in. So we're going to log in, and I'm going to go ahead and put down my account that I have set up here. And there we go. So you're going to always be, this is your main home page. Think of it as a learner view. Well, you have your consumer view, and you have a dashboard, an LMS calendar, a catalog, your calendar, and then settings. Any searches that you do, whether you go straight here through the catalog or you do it through the dashboard, is always going to be here. So anytime you search for vendors and you go and you take a look at their profiles, you can come right back at any time here, hence the last search. But I did those just by coming through here on the catalog and then went through each piece here. If you do the create a new search, you'll go through all those various different types of steps. Again, you can go ahead and go that route, but personally what I like about the dashboard, I think here, is that it keeps track of all the systems I took a look at, and that's where I see the benefit, and I really enjoy that. So the way I would do it is I would go ahead and click here LMS catalog. And here you're going to have 52 items. That means today, when we launch, we have 52 systems that are set to go. You're going to notice just a couple here. There's about 5 of them. These are what's called placeholders. The vendors are actually going to be adding the systems here within the next 24 to 72 hours. So we've gone ahead and set it up so that they can take care of that. Each one of them are premium account holders. Otherwise, you'll be able to go in, and as you can see, there's quite a few here. I'm going to just sort of click some various pages, and you can go through into the various different providers that you go through and continue on there. So we've got just a whole wealth of systems out there. So what you can do here, you can select by audience type, and you can pick as many as you want. You can just go through the catalog if you so choose to. You can go ahead and pick by different audience types. You can select as many as you want. I'm interested in B2B and employees, and look what's going to happen. Right away, we went from 50 to 32 systems. So there are 32 systems that I know accept the audience of B2B and employees. That quick. That's how fast this works. I want to change it. I can either just cancel out here, or I can go through into the various pieces. Number of learners. I can decide, okay, I'm interested in 1,200 up to $24.99. I know that there are 44 systems that in their learner range can go from 1,000 to 2,499. Okay, so I already know that. Again, if I wanted to come back here and I'm interested in employees, I now know that between 1,249,499 and employees, 30 systems fit that build. So I'm just going to click out of here. Course standards. So I can go ahead and select, well, I'm interested in SCORM and XAPI. I'm going to go back here to my employees. 17 systems, audience, employees, and they have SCORM and XAPI. And you can just continue going through and selecting the various different filters that take place there. And it goes about deployment type. Cloud-based means it's in the cloud. Client self-hosted means it's behind your firewall. I'm interested in the cloud. I know 44 systems offer a cloud deployment. LMS features. This is the power of FindAnLMS, and we're going to continue adding functionality, continuing adding features and capabilities through there. But here's where I can go through and I can see all these different pieces. If I want to include more, I can. I'm just going to go ahead and select all these learning environments. I'm kind of interested. I want to know who else has classroom management, some content there, some administrative pieces, and that's where I want to go with. I know there are 14 systems that have every one of these attributes. Every one of them is in these 14 systems. And again, I can just click out of here and I can continue. I can do all these different things. Maybe I'm interested in mobile and I'm just curious. I only want to know the vendors who have an on-off sync capability and have an app in the Android store. Right away. 23 systems offer an on-off sync capability with their native app and they're in the Android store. I do want you to know that every system in here is mobile responsive. So that is why that feature's not here, because they're all mobile responsive. The rankings. These are for 2018. You can see everybody that's listed. This is my top 50 learning systems for 2018, top 20, top 10. I can select in here and I can see that 6 systems in FindAnLMS are ranked in the top 10. And again, we're going to continue to be adding more and more systems as we go along here over the next, just for the next few years. So we're going to have more on Monday, we're going to have more by the end of the month, and so forth and so forth. And you go up all. The price range, you can select by a pricing range, and you can select by an implementation time frame. So let's kind of take a quick look here between the two different types that you're going to see. One is what we call our freemium version. And in our freemium version, you can do a lot of different things. You'll be able to see information. There's the number of users. In this case, this vendor had sort of a wide variance, and they didn't provide a specific. They have a choice to do that. Here's your setup time frame. That means implementation at the typical is 2 months. Now, if it's something very unique and extraordinary, as in anything, it will take even a longer time, but that's on average. There's the 2 types. Here's some information about the system. Here's the standards. Here's the initial thing. Look at this. Show all, and you can see everything. And you can go through and be like, okay, I can see how much they have. This is the great way to do it. These are my course standards. This is my contact. And what you're going to find in FindAnLMS is you're going to find an overwhelmingly number of senior executives ready to hear you, reach out to them, schedule demos, send RFPs. Very unique in the space, learning system space, when you're looking for LMS comparison and LMS search and research, to have those kind of contacts. Here's how the sales is. If you have the ability in your inbox, your email like mine automatically pops out whenever I click a link for to do email. It will pre-generate. You'll fill in and you send it out. Always when you're contacting vendors in FindAnLMS, let them know where you found them. And you found them in FindAnLMS by Craig Weiss, the Craig Weiss Group, or you can just say, I found you in FindAnLMS. Always let them know that. You can also call, of course. And here's a really what's great, I think, about FindAnLMS is that every system that's in FindAnLMS is an amazing system. I really believe that. We've gone ahead, we've scrutinized, we've got great learning engagement platforms. We have learning, all types of learning systems. We have LMSs, anything from small business to enterprise to extended enterprise to 1 million plus users and so on. In the freemium, they can either have one PDF or they can have a video. And in this case, this vendor went with a video. And here's what this
Getting
is.
frustrated with your LMS not doing what was promised when it was sold to you. How frustrating.
The videos are right within the system. You're not going to have to go to YouTube. You're not going to have to extend any type of links. It's right within the system. Now let's go back and say I'm interested in a sort of what we call our advanced premium edition. So here's how it's a little bit different. I'm going to select growth engineering here. And again, you can see they have a white paper, they have videos. As a premium, they can upload and add as many videos and PDFs as they want. There's their information, cloud-based, 0 to 3 months. There's their pricing range and number of users. Again, pricing range is based on what's an estimate. Always check with them for specifics. Here's their standards, available features. We've gone down here. But here's what makes the premiums different. In the premium, you can send them an RFP. You can schedule a demo. Again, look at that. Head of marketing and sales. Not talking about something that's just answering the phone. These are majority are high-level executives. You can contact Harry right here. You know, send an RFP, what you're able to do is you can send an RFP, then you can click the upload again, send them your user requirements, send them your business cases, send them as much information as you want, and you can add the additional. And again, no thanks here for Grammarly, but again, which is for me here on this product, I apologize, but then you can have the different type of formats. In version 2, which will be coming out in December, you'll be able to upload and use my template. I'll have the template specifically designed for FindAnLMS. So everything that you need to locate will be with FindAnLMS. You can use the template, sync them, it'll be great. And that's coming up here shortly. You can also schedule a demo. And again, here's where I talked about it. You can go into the next month. You can go in the previous month. You, let's say, pick a date. You can pick a time. This time is based on your time zone. Please remember that. Add notes. And then when you create it, then what you do is you go back up here. Once you take care of that, you go to the calendar, and it would appear with what time it is right here and some additional information. Settings basically means you can upload your own avatar. I didn't, and I just kind of created this account here. But you can go ahead and do that, and I'm just going to now look. Boy, look at that. I changed my name, my time zone. I'm over here in the Pacific right now. And I click Save. And, of course, now I got to enter my phone number. So, initially, if you start adding, please remember you'll need to add some things here. I'm going to put myself here as CEO, and we're here at the Craig Weiss Group. And I'm not going to be putting an avatar in, but here, look at that, it's already saved. And then when I come back up here and I go into the dashboard, the name changes right here. One thing to kind of remember is, and look at that. Remember I went through and I looked at a variety of systems. Here they are through the last search, which is what I was doing on top of that while I was going through. I was also searching additional areas, eLogic, cross-knowledge, Unicorn, Cornerstone, and things, and that's coming in based on me doing a variety of different searches that I was taking care of while we were going through. So, you can conclude that. Again, cross-knowledge, I click it. Look at that. I get right into the information and be able to have that kind of data. One thing to know is that with the search, in the initial piece, you may go, well, I don't see the output of the thing. Be aware, though, that it will be there. And that's it about FindAnLMS. You can find out information about our terms of service, our privacy policy, a little bit more about us as we go in here, and that's a little bit about myself. That is my email address, my phone, and this is the website for the Craig Weiss Group. Of course, this is the blog. Twitter and LinkedIn account. We are GDPR compliant. And I want to personally welcome you once again to FindAnLMS. And I look forward to hearing feedback. And anytime you want to say if you find anything, let us know. And thank you and have a great evening and a great day.